that the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Here comes a new president, new beginnings, and new hopes, which can also bring volatile times. Many investors get spooked and begin to question their investments. But the thing to realize is that market volatility is inevitable, and it's a great opportunity to get in the stock market. No one at philsgang.com will tell you when the market correction is coming, and we will not promise you you're going to get rich, but we will guarantee you a good night's sleep. At philsgang.com, our number one goal is to inform investors who want to learn and invest in the stock market, provide daily investment teaching strategies, and the analysis of charting the stock market. You are informed around the clock with market webinars, market updates, working investor programs, and financial updates throughout the day. Plus, you'll enjoy the Phil's Gang customer service. Be prepared for market volatility and make profits with philsgang.com. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
It's pretty amazing when you consider that 7 years ago, we didn't have the treatments we have now. We cure 80% of children with cancer. Go back 50 years, we were curing 20 to 30%. This is the miracle story of modern medicine. We understand what makes this cancer tick. And of course, without donors from around the world, this just couldn't happen. There's one thing we're focused on, and that's beating this thing.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Would you like to know how to secure your financial future? At philsgang.com, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang staff teaches and coaches you to build a successful investing plan to achieve your goals. philsgang.com gives you instruction on how to find low-risk, high-potential investing opportunities in the stock market. If you're new to the stock market and want to master the basics of stock investing and learn how to invest in stocks with little risk, then philsgang.com is your place. Learn from their extensive collection of educational videos about investing strategies and the analysis of charting. Every weekday, philsgang.com hosts live market webinars. They post market updates throughout the day. They have working investor programs, and they provide financial updates throughout the day, and all material is archived. For only $39.95 a month, there is no other service like Phil's Gang offers. Start the new year off right. Secure your financial future with philsgang.com. Give them a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you'll be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
If you're a Phil's Gang member or a fan of the Phil's Gang show, then you need the all-new Phil's Gang hat. Now available in a variety of colors and cool comfort styles for only $25. You can show your Phil's Gang pride with the stylish Are You Nuts hat or Phil's Gang logo hat. Don't wait. Go to philsgang.com and click on the shopping cart icon to order your hat today or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money is to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
It looks to us, if you look across the broad spectrum, capital expenditures, business confidence, consumer confidence, household building, household formation, wage income, wages going up, unemployment going down, auto sales going up, retail sales going up. It looks like it's getting stronger, not weaker.
Yeah, really. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country, off the Wall Street Radio Network. You know, they continue that song and dance, things are really good. Well, if things are so good, I don't get something. Then why is it the retail sales are the weakest in almost 3 years? I don't understand that. I don't understand then why is major retail chains, Sears, Macy, Limited, all closing their stores. Now, don't tell me, well, people buy online. Yes, they do. But only 12.8% is their online sales. That's right. Just 12.8% of those stores. So let's not buy into that. What's really worrisome is when a major company like Walmart cuts 1,000 corporate jobs. Anytime they start cutting corporate jobs, that sends you a message from the market, from the economy. Things aren't good. Of course he's going to tell you things are good. Remember, this is the same guy that should be in jail who was packaging subprime mortgages that were worthless, putting AAA stamps on them, sending into the pension funds in California. Should have went to jail. I'll tell you about that story a little bit later. So, you get rid of 1,000 employees in corporate headquarters? That's a load. How about Petco? They just cut 180 jobs. Petco. I mean, my God, everybody spends money. No matter how bad the economy is, they spend money on their pets. But here's the one, Boeing. Boeing's business is so far down, so bad, they are cutting. They've been through a tough year. Their plane deliveries dropped big time. 14 jets from a year ago. They only delivered 748 jets. Net orders dropped 13% from an already rotten level in 2015 to just 668, down 53% from 2014, the lowest level since 2010. Oh, but things are fine, according to Jamie Dimon, a crook, a parasite. Oh, and they tell us, well, look at the stock market. And look at market's tremendous. We're almost at 20,000 again at a historic market. Things have got to be good. Really? The market isn't a gauge as to the economy. Oh, they want us to believe so. That's why Bernanke went nuts. When the market crashed in 2008, he started quantitative easing. He started to print $85 billion a month. $85 billion a month to buy bonds to drive the Saudis and the Chinese out of the bond market, because when you keep buying bonds, $85 billion a month, it drives the interest rate down. So that bond becomes unattractive for these Chinese and the Saudis, our biggest buyers of treasuries. So they get out and they go over to the stock market, drive it up. And he kept printing and printing and kept buying $85 billion a month every month up until 2012. From 2008 to 2012, to keep driving the Chinese and the Saudis into the stock market. So the stock market the stocks were going up 15 times faster than their profits. That's called a bubble. Oh, but they would tell us, look at the stock market's doing well. Then it came to $6 trillion in stock buybacks. Well, if things were so good, then why do companies have to buy their own stock back? To push up the price. Because they have no profits. That's why. Well, if they have no profits, why? People aren't shopping? Of course not. Of course they're not shopping. Why? Because they don't have any money. If you take Obamacare alone, the cost of health insurance, the cost of rent, you pay for your staples, there's nothing left to go shopping with. And if they do, they use their credit cards. And why do you think credit cards have the highest, right now, the highest delinquencies since 2004? You got to be kidding me. So you just have to laugh with these guys. It's unbelievable when they come out. See, what's going on with the stock market right now? The stock market has been going sideways. Think about it. The stock market has been going sideways since December 8th. A month, solid month, the stock market's been going sideways. It's been about a 1% range. Why haven't we hit 20,000? We keep 20,000. Because the economy isn't doing well. Because people are fearful, the big money, the big institutions are fearful we're going to have a Reagan repeat. Remember that 1,000-point rally we had in the stock market, the Trump rally that started on November 8th? The euphoria? Because of the things he says he's going to do. He will do something about that. Of course he's going to do them. But the problem is timing. Timing. I said this yesterday. We're going to have a correction of 10, 15, maybe 20%, which is a good thing. Because if, again, he doesn't correct, if he doesn't tell folks, look, I can't turn the economy around in 18 months. And I said yesterday, he should have a special on TV for an hour special, charts, everything, showing exactly how Obama took a wrecking ball to this economy. And it's so bad, if you remember the Reagan years, he had to come in and fix Carter's mess. This is much worse. Much worse. So Reagan, as you call, he went through the same thing. And 6 months later, the market tanked. Same exact thing. The euphoria, the market started to shoot up, the euphoria. 6 months later, we went into a recession. 6 months later. The economy is doing so well. This is what we're afraid of. The same thing may happen with Trump as it did with Reagan. And here's why. Because, again, if the economy's doing well, as they're telling us, then Obama, think about it, he's leaving the White House. Not creating one manufacturing job in 8 years. This guy did not create one manufacturing job in 8 years. And you're telling me, Jamie Dimon, the economy is good? You're a liar, and you're a fraud. You always have been. Not one manufacturing job. Do the math. The numbers don't lie. If you take the number of people that were hired for manufacturing and the number of jobs that were lost, his net loss is 286,000 high-paying $38 an hour jobs. Net loss. He didn't create one job. However, he gained 3.2 million retail food, service, drinking establishment jobs, 2.7 million frontline, low-paying healthcare provider jobs. Isn't it amazing? See, that's why one thing I'm really enthusiastic about with Trump, we're going to get honesty back into this market. Not just the market, but into Washington. I am so glad that Trump picked Jeff Sessions as our for the senator from Alabama to be our new attorney general. This is so important. People aren't talking enough about it. This is so important. Now we got an attorney general who's not going to be bought. We just got to hope the statutes of limitations on guys like Jamie Dimon have not run out. by the time they put Jeff Sessions in as the Attorney General so that he can go after Jamie Dimon, handcuff him, have him do a perp walk. We just got to hope. We'll be right back. Look at some stocks. It's 15 past the hour. Here on Phil's Gang.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. We're a teaching format, and boy, do we give good service. You know, buying a stock doesn't have to be complicated. The reason why Wall Street makes it complicated is so to make you think you need to hire them. You can do better without them, believe me, because you're not going to have those big fees. Come to Phil's Gang, where we'll show you an easy way to buy a stock. philsgang.com, where we don't make it complicated, but profitable.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Phil Grandy is a career businessman who's also been an entrepreneur all his life. He has used his business skills to take companies on the abyss of bankruptcy and bringing them back to profitability. Phil has been honored by Inc. magazine for the 500 fastest growing privately held companies and has been recognized with the prestigious Entrepreneur of the Year award. From the real estate to gas and oil industries to the stock market, Phil Grandy has mastered his line of business from start to finish. And with a passion and desire to make you a profitable investor, only Phil teaches you and guides you to make informed, unemotional investment decisions. And you'll gain the knowledge of what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. If you want to learn from the best and strengthen your ability to invest, then turn to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. Welcome back to Phil's Gang Radio Show. For more information, simply go to philsgang.com.
We're bullish on earnings, we're bullish on corporate profits, and here we are at the beginning of the reporting season, and we can see 2 to 3 quarters worth of profits growth from here without any stimulus whatsoever, whether it be fiscal stimulus or tax cuts.
And that's not true. We're coming off of 5 quarters, think of it. Since the last quarter of 2015, and 5 quarters, right up to the end of the 2016, we've had negative earnings. Now they're telling us, looking forward, oh, things are going to be better looking forward. I love it when they do that. It's like the banks. The banks will report like they reported today. We had Bank of America report today, BlackRock, JP Morgan, PNC, all report today. And guess what? They're not doing very well. They're not doing very well at all. But first, today we take calls. Let me give you my number, 855-745-7445, 855-745-7445. Call me. I'll put your stock up on my MV2 chart, and I'll tell you if money's going in or money's going out. And all I ask, if you make money, just don't forget St. Jude. Art, how are you, Art?
Hello, Phil.
How you doing? Doing good. GILD, huh?
GILD. It looks like it's ready.
Yeah, I think they've been beaten up, and money has been coming into these again. As long as it holds its base right around $72, it looks good. Here's what I would do with it. I would wait until I wouldn't put any more money this till it broke up above that 76.90. So from 73.17 to 76.90, you can add a little bit on the way up. But I put my big money on it once it got above that 76.90 and it remained green. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
That's the perfect place to add when you get above that 76.90. Okay, don't forget that number. All right, thank you.
All right, thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Okay, we got. Okay, Tony. Okay, we'll talk to Tony in a second. All right, now. All right, the stock market, the banks today were disappointing because if they really see, the banks have already rallied so much, they're so far ahead of themselves. When they came out this morning, all I wanted to hear about what do they expect going forward. I don't care they beat the street by a penny. They always beat the street by a penny. But I want to know going forward. And unfortunately, they're all dishonest. And they tell you, looking forward, things are going to be terrific. You heard the one cut I just did. They say, oh, about earnings are going to be terrific. It's not true. If things are going to be terrific going forward, would we have all these layoffs? Would we have all these stores closing? Would we have capital investment in our companies near zero? Productivity near zero? Of course not. Would CEOs keep buying their own stock if things were great? Or do you think they would take and put money back in their companies, get equipment, new equipment, get the productivity up, get wages up, hire new people? No. The biggest problem with the stock market has been quantitative easing starting back in 2008. It was a scam. We need an attorney general that will shut down these banks and will shut down the Federal Reserve, put these people in jail when they deserve to go to jail, when they come out and they put these schemes together. The biggest scheme was the QE scheme starting in 2008. They print. They buy $85 billion a month. They printed $85 billion a month to buy $85 billion worth of bonds. And they tell you, oh, no, the stock market's going up because the economy's doing good and labor's strong, everything's wonderful. Really? Well, then how come every time that the Federal Reserve pulled back on buying bonds, the stock market started to tank. They have to go back in and buy more bonds. They've been lying for 8 years. When you stop buying that bond, the market starts to tank. You got to keep buying. If they want to artificially keep putting this market up, what they do, this quantitative easing, is they continue, again, buy bonds, and the more bonds they buy, that means the interest rates or the yield goes down. That means our biggest buyers of bonds, the Chinese and the Saudis, no longer buy the bonds and they shift over to the stock market. So the trick is, the scam is, keep printing $85 billion a month in bonds and keep buying them, so it forces the Chinese and the Saudis to buy the stock market. And the stock market keeps going up. Oh, they'll tell you because it's a good economy. You heard J.P. Morgan or Jamie Dimon. It's all fraud. That's why you've got to buy stocks with a chart. You've got to use a chart. Tony, how are you, Tony?
Doing good.
Great. And you go ahead, Tony. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right. No, I didn't want to take up too much time. Fantastic. You're right on every time, as far as I know.
Okay, wonderful.
I got SH. I bought SH. I got about 20 shares of it.
Okay, SH, is that the inverse?
Yeah, that's the
yes,
one.
The inverse.
That's
right.
the one I bought. I was a gang member and I bought it. I should have got out and I didn't.
Okay, well,
now
here's
I'm stuck.
Well, wait a minute now. Right now, that's an inverse. So here's what I would do. If it breaks below, right now it's turned red, so institutions are pulling their money out. If it drops below 35, let's say it drops below 35.73, then I would get out. If it starts holding here and can get above 36.62, then you'll be okay. So how many shares do you have?
I have 20 shares. I've been in it a little while. I did the crazy split thing. I used to do 40, then it split. Now I only got 20.
All right, well, just hold on to it, as I said, unless it drops below that 35.73. If it holds...
I could hold it till summertime. You think I'll be okay if I do that?
Well, it's red now. It's just telling me institutions are taking their money out. And you know, you don't want to get emotional. If they're taking their money out, you want to take your money out. So just 35.73 breaks there. You know, turn mother's picture to the wall and get out.
All right, gotcha.
Okay, thank you so much for calling.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye, Tony. Yeah, you can't get emotional with stocks. That's the good thing about charting. And with the technology that I use, the color-coded technology, it works because it does tell you that the institution's either buying or they're taking their money out. It's that simple. It's that simple. Look at the stocks. Take Facebook, for example. Facebook, one of the most popular stocks, Facebook, okay? And more people are going to get killed in Facebook because they never get out. They just think, oh, Facebook, I'm going to be rich. This thing's going to keep going on. Well, it doesn't happen that way. You've got to get out. Finally, Facebook got hit pretty big. And then Facebook finally, if you look at it, if you're using my chart, you'd be up 8% right now. Because Facebook has gone up 8% since January 5th. But it turned green. We'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time, real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. Phil'sGang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grandy has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's Phil'sGang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
If you're looking to make extra income, if you're looking to pay off bills and plan for your retirement, then check out Phil'sGang.com. Phil'sGang.com is an online educational service that informs you, coaches you, and guides you on how to invest in the stock market. Get daily advice to buy stocks, short stocks, and learn when to get out of your positions. Phil'sGang.com provides daily webinars, alerts, educational tutorials, and all material is archived. For more information, go to Phil'sGang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
El que St. Jude no cobra ni un centavo para nosotros significa quitarnos todo ese estrés, esa preocupación y podernos enfocar en nuestra hija.
That was the first thing I was like, how are we going to do this? When St. Jude told us that we didn't have to pay a single bill, I was like, wow. They pretty much have saved us.
It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders, and now your focus is supporting this child.
There is not another hospital like St. Jude. The patient care is unmatchable. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
If you're a Phil's Gang member or a fan of the Phil's Gang show, then you need the all-new Phil's Gang hat. Now available in a variety of colors and cool comfort styles for only $25. You can show your Phil's Gang pride with the stylish Are You Nuts hat or Phil's Gang logo hat. Don't wait. Go to philsgang.com and click on the shopping cart icon to order your hat today or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You're probably familiar with a pillow commercial that's everywhere. It's on TV. And wherever you put it, get the pillows, this new pillow that's out. You know what? You don't need a pillow for good night's sleep. You want to make sure your investments are safe. That's where you get the good night's sleep. And that's what you get here at Phil's Gang with our technology. It's built in to show you when your stock is ready to fail, when your stock is ready to rally. That's right. It follows the money. You don't need a pillow. You need Phil's Gang. That's how you get a good night's sleep. You'll always know well in advance if the market's going to collapse or your stock. Join my gang, philsgang.com. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
The message should be for most investors, stop market timing.
Exactly.
Stay in the market.
Yeah, stop market timing. Just stay in and get killed. Stay in. Stop market timing. Isn't everything in life timing? It's all about timing. You're looking for a car. You always go in the showroom right before they close. They're tired. It's timing. You get a better deal. Always go in like at 6 o'clock at night. They're ready to close, or at 9 o'clock at night. Find out when they close. Go in about 2 minutes before they close. You get it. It's always timing. Everything's timing. Everything's timing in life. So I see. So you're not supposed to manage your position. Well, that's okay for a guy like Warren Buffett. He can drop. He can have a stock drop 30, 40%. Nothing to him. He's got plenty of money to hold it for 6, 7, 8, 10 years. The majority of the people who invest don't have that kind of money. And that's why they left the stock market. Because you got these kind of dopes who are giving you that kind of advice. So a person who's making a combined income with their husband, say $60,000, $70,000 a year, they can't hold on to a stock. And that's why they lose money, because they're in 401ks. And what does a 401k manager do? Besides screwing you with commissions all day long, burning and churning you, he gets rid of the best stocks so he can show he's got performance, and he keeps the worst stocks. So your portfolio gets worse and worse and worse. You got to take control. There's nothing to the stock market. You don't have to know anything about the stock. Nothing. All you have to know about are the institutions buying it or they're not. If they're not buying it, it doesn't go up. If they're taking the money out, it goes down. It's that simple. And that's why I designed my chart. So it identifies the color-coded technology that was introduced. I can decide, I can know when money's coming in and money's going out. Matter of fact, my next caller, Rakis, I think, I hope that's correct. Rakis, how are you?
Good. How about you?
You're looking at GoPro, right?
Yeah, GoPro.
Okay. And GoPro, this is an interesting thing. I'm putting it on my chart, and this started to turn red, going all back October 11. It was $15. It dropped all the way down, $15. It dropped down to about $8, and that was in December. It drops 46%. Now, who's going to stay in that stock when it drops down 46%? You could have gotten out the first day on October 11th when it turned red, or the second day when it was still red. That's what you need. You need to know when to get out. Now it's just started to turn green. It's just started to turn green again in December 15th, and it's still green. And right now, all it needs is, this could be a great stock because it's on sale. All it needs right now is what we call pricing power. Where do you get the pricing power from? Volume. It just doesn't have enough buyers. But this is a stock. It just turns green. Stay patient with it, and you should do fine with it. As long as it stays green. Turns red, get out. Okay?
I bought a 9.26.
Yeah, but just $9 and what?
That's 26 cents.
What is?
Yeah. Hello?
$9.26. Well, stay with it. Just stay with it. If it turns red, you got to get out.
I don't have chat actually. I don't know.
Yeah, or if it drops below $8.54, you got to get out. Okay.
Oh, I bought a lot of stock. Oh, okay. I bought a lot of stock. Okay.
Okay, very good. So
okay,
you're welcome. See, when you don't have a chart like this, and somebody calls me and they don't have a chart, it's hard to work with them because they don't understand what I'm talking about. They still believe that stock GoPro. They're going to look and see what it does. And they're going to listen to Jim Cramer or somebody else, and they're going to tell a story about it. A typical story. Here, like this story here from Jim Cramer.
Hey, my question today is about a stock that I've owned for a while. American Tower, symbol AMT. They seem to have fallen out of favor lately.
It has fallen out of favor because there's a lot of talk that there's going to be mergers in the business. I would say that American Tower is the best in the business. James Hinkley is owning. I think the stock, if you get under 100, is terrific. I know that.
Now, what he says is, he knows the chart's bad, but he tells the guy to buy it. Are you kidding? I put it on my chart, and it's red. It just turned red for 40. He tells him to buy it because it's a good company. There is no such thing as a good company. There is no company that's good. Google's no good. Pepsi's no good. There's no such thing as a good company. Because the stock has nothing to do with the company. The stock market is a bunch of thieves on Wall Street, a bunch of parasites. They all get together, and it's like a big game. And they all get together and decide together when they're going to buy GE, or when they're going to buy IBM, or when they're going to buy GoPro, or when they're going to get out of a stock. Do you really think they care what a stock does? Do you really think they care? They buy a stock based on what it does? Are you nuts? Are you absolutely out of your mind? It's a game. There's 11 sectors in the stock market world. 11. They pick certain stocks, and they all go to the same stock at the same time. So the important thing is to know, once that stock starts going up, to get out. When do you get out? You think these people are going to call you, Jim Cramer's going to tell you to get out? Your planner's going to tell you to get out? Of course not. So he tells this guy to get in today on AMT, American Tower, when the money's pouring out. It just makes you sick. But it's hard to get across to people. They still believe they buy a stock based on what it's doing. The storytelling. The storytelling. And that's why 80% of retail customers lose money. Because they get sucked in by the story. All they got, and they get lucky. And what's really sad, they get lucky most of the time because stocks go up 72% of the time. No matter what, you can stomp it, you kick it. It's like a clock. It always comes back to 12. You can stomp a clock, kick a clock, throw it off a cliff. It always comes back to 12. Same thing with the stock market. Always goes up 72% of the time. I mean, that's pretty easy, isn't it? But why do we screw it up? Our emotion. Because one, we want to believe somebody out there, we want to believe there's some broker out there, there's some planner out there, there's some smart guy out there I can find and he's going to manage the money for me. And I don't have to do anything. What a stupid concept to believe in. That you're going to give money to somebody and you're going to make easy money. You're going to take your hard work and you're going to give it to a stranger. You don't even know him. And he's going to take care of you. Called 401k. There's 401,000 ways they can screw you. That's why they call it 401k. I mean, do you really believe it's that easy to make money? That you work hard and you're going to take that money and give it to a total stranger and he's concerned about you? Do you really believe that? The stock market's the best place in the world. But you got to take control. Don't you take control of anything in your life? You take control. You control everything in your life. You control everything in your life. But stocks, the thing you should be controlling, you give it to some stranger. So get with it. There's no better place to make money. But the key was there was nothing ever to help you get out. You had to rely on these parasites, these salespeople to get out. And why would they get you out when they're getting paid on the size of the fund? If the fund's $1 million fund and they're getting paid 40% of the fund, why would they tell you to get out? And you leave, you're mad at them, there's somebody else is going to come in your place. So here's the number, 877-600-GANG. So go back to AMT. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. That's why I am so thrilled about Jeff Sessions being the Attorney General, because we got to stop this. He's got to stop this. I just hope to God the statute of limitation has not run out, especially against Eric Holder and Lanny Brewer. Just think, Holder was our Attorney General. I hope Jeff Sessions comes in and arrests Jamie Dimon. I'll give him the hand. Unbelievable. We'll be right back. Join my gang. Call now, 877-600-GANG.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time, real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, there's nothing worse than you're investing in a stock and during the day something happens and you don't know what to do. You don't know who to call. Or you call somebody and they just give you a bunch of BS. Not here at Phil's Gang. We value every gang member. During the day, you got a question about your stock, you contact us. We have the best service in the world. philsgang.com. You're not alone. You're a gang member.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The Max Vest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Vest is they follow the important money. The hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
As a mother, you don't want to have to worry about this bill is coming, but then she needs this chemo. That's a decision you shouldn't have to make.
At St. Jude, a family never sees a bill at all. It's like the world has been lifted off of your shoulders.
The treatment doesn't get any better than what you receive at St. Jude. It saved my life. It saved my daughter's life. It saved our family.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Open Line Friday. Don't forget, every Friday, here's the number, 855-745-7445. Use that number to participate in my radio show where I can give you information on your stock. Don't forget, that's every Friday, Open Line Friday. That's here on philsgang.com, every Friday.
Don't miss it. Tune in and call Phil with your stock questions on Open Line Fridays. Left-wing, right-wing, libertarians, independents. We may not all agree on politics, but we all agree that we need to plan for retirement. At philsgang.com, we prepare you and educate you on how to invest in the stock market so you can secure your retirement and live comfortably. Call Phil's Gang today, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
What do we think of AT&T and or Time Warner?
To me, AT&T is not the play. Time Warner is the play, and I think you can own it either way.
Oh, yeah, Time Warner's the play. So I just put it up on my chart. The chart was beautiful. To my gang who owns Time Warner, they bought it when it turned green. It was on November 17th. It was trading at that time about $89. It turned red. It turned red on December 29th. And it turned red at $96. So you have an 8% gain in the stock. But guess what? It turned red. So you knew to get out. You knew to get out. Now, this guy tells her to get in. This stock, money's pouring out. So all you have to do is put it on your computer, put any stock that you hear about, put it on, and just see if it's still green or red. Just turn red. It's been red now since December 29th. It's still red today. And he tells them to get in. Why? Because here's how they think. They think that you can sit there and take a hit of 10, 15, 20, 30%, and you're going to be in for 5 to 10 years, so you can cover that. These people aren't talking to you. I'm talking to you, a person who makes combined income, $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 or more. But most of the people between $60,000 and $80,000, say $60,000 and $100,000, you got to have something else in Social Security. But the problem is they gave you this 401k. And they keep you in these things when they go down. They don't get you out. So now you can get out. And here's the beautiful thing. You always say, I want to keep my principal. I just want to keep my principal. Well, now you can be in the stock market and keep your principal and be an active participant. Here's my number, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. Try it. It does work. And get a good night's sleep. Don't have to worry anymore. Am I getting out in time? Let's talk about a good night's sleep. Student loans. Let me tell you, I can't wait. And I was talking about Jeff Sessions coming in and being the new Attorney General. We got to remember who these guys were. Holder. He was a gangster. Who's Holder? Remember, Holder came in, and he has a law firm in Washington, Covington Burling. And guess what? That law firm represents 9 of the biggest banks in the United States. Those were his clients. So he got tapped by his pal Obama to come be the head of the DOJ, right? Department of Justice. How did he ever get through the hearings? How did he get confirmed? Because he's now going to be overseeing his own clients? That's why they got away with murder. He got away with murder. You remember what he said? You remember what Holder said?
I am concerned that the size of some of these institutions becomes so large that it does become difficult for us to prosecute them.
No, here's what he meant. Here's what he should have said. He should have been honest. You know why I'm worried? Because these are my clients before I came here. I'm only going to be here maybe 8 years the most. And when I go back to my law firm I own in Washington, I don't want to lose them. So I'm going to cut them breaks. I just want you to know that. He should have said that at the hearings. Instead, no. How about the student loan? See, this is another thing. Jamie Dimon should have been in jail. But wait a minute. What about the student loans? Maybe somebody else should have been in jail there. That's another fraud. Obamacare was the biggest fraud ever. Think about that. The Affordable Care Act. That scheme was so... Madoff was a bait and switch Ponzi scheme. So was an Affordable Care Act. But Madoff only hurt a small group of his pals, the 1 percentile. Affordable Care Act just slaughtered 247 people, 47 million people. Think about what they did. They took 20 million people and said, we're going to make it so your premiums are so, or we're going to give you free health care. And guess what? You 247 people are going to subsidize it. So you 247 people, your premiums are going to go up 100%, 200%. What do they call it here? Not the premium, but the other thing. Deductible is going through the roof. Thank you. Deductible is going through the roof. Crazy. So the Affordable Care Act was a bait and switch. No question about it. That's a crime. That's a crime. That's a consumer fraud crime. Now, the first step to appeal it is in place. Thank God. But look what they did with the student loans. Not only did Obama commit the consumer fraud crime with Affordable Care Act and screw everybody, he also screwed the kids with his Student Aid and Fiscal Responsibility Act. Don't you love these names? I love the name. Fiscal Responsibility Act. Oh, God, thank God. I'm going to get a student act under the Responsibility Act. Everybody's going to be responsible. Make sure I'm not going to get screwed. Oh, this is good. I'm going to get a loan today. Don't you love the names? I wonder who picks these names. I just wonder who picks these names. Homeland Security. Oh, we're secure. The Affordable Care Act. Oh, we're affordable, although there's not one mandate in the Affordable Care Act that makes it affordable. Show me one statute, one mandate that makes the Affordable Care Act affordable. So let's get on with the Student Aid and Financial Responsibility Act. So Obama promises he's going to eliminate the big banks like J.P. Morgan acting as the middleman for the student loans. Instead, the student loans would be given to you, directly to you, by the government. And they would save you. And they're going to save you thousands and thousands of dollars. And they're going to save you from predatory lending like J.P. Morgan and the rest of them. And their terrible, terrible abusive tactics. That's all a lie. The Student Aid for Fiscal Responsibility Act was the most irresponsible act ever, like Obamacare. It was a bait and switch. Obama didn't put in place the Student Aid Fiscal Responsibility Act to benefit the students, to save them money, or to save them from abusive banks and their predatory acts. It was all about money. It's always about the money. Follow the money. It's always about the party. What he did He figures, wait a minute, we can pull in $184 billion. We can sell the kids the student loans directly without the banks. And we'll take $184 billion and we'll put it into our treasury and we'll expand our welfare state. We'll expand the 80 programs we have, and I'll get the money from the kids. Really? So what happened? The loans kept going up higher and higher. Why? Because the way you save the kids from the loans is you got to make sure the loans don't keep expanding. The Congress has to cut back the size of these loans because every time they increase the size of the loans, the schools make more money. They keep raising their price. So what's happened? Obama finds out. Wait a minute. He thought he was going to be screwing these kids and he's going to get his welfare state and he's going to spread socialism throughout the country. He thought this was going to be great, but no, it didn't work out. The CBO comes in and informs the president one day, hey, you're only going to bring in $90 billion. He went nuts. $90 billion? I thought I was going to make $184 billion. No, we made a mistake. Remember, we're government employees. We don't know how to count. We're always cheating. When you ask me for an honest number, it's hard to figure out an honest number because we never give you one. We're the government. So he went nuts. The parent program failed. So the government workers who were administrating the program, how could he not think that it would not fail? These government workers are incompetent, lazy, they're slow to move, they're totally incompetent. So what does he do? So now he's not making the big bucks, so he turns around, and soon the government-sponsored student loan turns into a predatory lending program themselves. The most ruthless program. Makes Mother Teresa look like an angel. I mean, he now is garnishing wages. He's garnishing your Social Security check. They are after kids. It's unbelievable to collect that money. All the scam, just like the Obamacare. Bait and switch. Get them with, boy, we're going to save you a lot of money and we're going to protect you. Same thing with Obamacare. We're going to save you a lot of money. We're going to protect you. The government's not going to do anything for you. You got to do for yourself. You got to do for yourself. And you got a system in the stock market that's open. It's so great because it's liquid. It's not like a house. You got to hang around and wait till somebody comes buys it because it's not a liquid program. You got to just sit there maybe a month, 2 months, 6 months to sell your house. When you buy a stock, you can buy it in a flash. You want to get rid of it, you made a mistake, click your mouse, you're out. What a wonderful place to be. But you take control. You take control. Why don't you just buy the spiders, the S&P 500, 500 of the best stocks, and you buy when it's green and you sell when it's red. That's how you go. That's how you're going to have a good retirement. It's just unbelievable. So I am so grateful that we got a new attorney general coming in, and we can stop this kind of nonsense, stop the government and these student loans and Obamacare. It's all scams. 877-600-GANG. No scam there. That's my chart. Get it today. 877-600-GANG.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to make my dreams.
philsgang.com.